இதானே நீங்க ஆடியோ கட் பண்ணி வீடியோ கட் பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கும். கட் பண்ணும் ஆடியோ கட் பண்ணி பாருங்க. ஆடியோ மட்டும் கட் பண்ணி
हाँ ആ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള അനു അനു അങ്ങോട്ട് വേറെ
Hello guys, am I clearly audible and visible? Sanish,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, thank you Muzammil. Last time it was not happening that this earphone or headphone must I say was not able to connect directly. So right now I was supposed to test it for twice or thrice. Okay, great. So how's the learning going on,
Ah,
Muzammil,
man.
Betsy, Sriram,
Did you? Yeah,
Shanish? Yeah, Silva, how are you?
yes, sir. How are you, sir? Just I'm
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
good.
on the. Are you okay, sir?
Your video, you
Last
know,
time I got the information.
you are struggling with your video, I remember.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, still, and thank God you have attached your display picture, else nobody would have come to know who is Mr. Selva.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let me share this screen. So does anybody remember what did we studied last time?
खेला में देखो ना खेला में एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं
Somebody speaking. Hope my screen would be clearly visible. Time series analysis. Yes. So guys, any idea what did we covered last time? Have you revised it? Sanesh, Abdauji,
time series
Zobin.
time series data missing data not allowed.
Okay, not allowed. Only missing data, Sanesh, or something else? Hmm? You only remembered, okay, only the missing data not allowed. There were so many things. It should also be in the same time period. If you are using a weekly, then go for all the weekly time period to be taken. If you are going monthly, consider all month. If you are going quarterly, and likewise.
Okay sir, okay.
Yeah, don't only remember one or two things of the thing. What happens that in that case, say suppose you have been you say you have correctly identified that great, I am having no missing value in my data set, so I can apply time series, but that is not the case. Say suppose you don't go for the same time period data, how would you be able to in that case? Say you have chosen in four data set, one yearly, one monthly, one quarterly, one weekly, and you applied all of them together because your teacher has said so. So that is
Then
again creates a
absolutely.
problem. Yeah, Kandan was saying something. Kandan, okay, mistakenly audio was open. Great, no worries. So
1 minute, Deepak 1 minute. Sorry for the inconvenience. Someone has joined without the name. Someone joined as iPhone 13 or something. If you people are joining, kindly name with your official name so that we can make it in an account. So it is there are too many students in BTech, but only 15 or 20s are just attending the class. So we want to get an account of the students who are regularly attending the class so that we can give them some awards or something for that. we need an account of that. So kindly rename your names so that we can monitor those students in the future also. We are planning to give some awards in the convocation ceremonies and all. So kindly rename your.
Yes. Yeah, very
Yeah,
well
yes,
said. Very
correct.
well said. iPhone 13 Pro, please rejoin with your new name or rename it here itself if possible. Let us check how many are they altogether. So it vanished. Where did it go? 15 participants we are having right now. And Zobin, Shafiq, Kandan. I think the guy left and he or she is going to rejoin again with the proper name. Hope they got the message. Thank you, Atira. Okay. So I have shared my screen. Let me. Okay, somebody has given chat. Oh, it's done. Shafiq it was. Okay, thank you, Shafiq. So how should I make it down? Are you able to see my screen or my hand-to-hand picture right now?
Yes, sir.
If I actually, it is not getting lower. I have picked something which has made me and the Eduwing management on the top of this. Okay, let me change my view. Let's go for a speaker view. Okay, no, I don't want that. I want gallery view. That is fine. And now I'm sharing. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here in the time series analysis, yes, we had covered that time slot is important. Time slot, and must I write two types of time slots are there? If we say similar time slot, similar and consistent. Both are the two different thing. Hope you understand now. Similar means if you are going for same type of time slots, either weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, say you may go daily as well. And consistent means there should be no, uh, if I say there should be no mismanagement or say misalignment. No misalignment allowed. Must I say that? What should you understand? If you are writing first time period, the next should be T2, another should be T3, and then T4. It is not like first you are going for T1, then you have chosen T3. Oh, now you forgotten T2. Now you add T2 here. No, it's not recommended here. So this is what it is meant for. So as it clearly indicate, time series analysis is the study of data points collected over time to identify the trend, seasonality, and other meaningful patterns. So most importantly, we do the time series analysis in order to find the pattern. We want to find the pattern, and that's the reason we are more interested in time series analysis. Okay, pattern finding. So we will see right today one by one that how the techniques like ARIMA or ARMA is going to help us throughout the same. Somebody messaged. Okay. So the importance of time series analysis says that you are going to make a say informed decision making, and you can forecast and do the planning and identify the patterns and trend. As we just said that time series analysis is actually meaningful when you want to find the pattern. So finding the patterns would be one of the essential thing. See, right today I'll be speaking quite slow and easy because of my health. So do bear with that. So we are going to find the patterns, and patterns could be anything. See, it is not like in the market the patterns are only uptrend or downtrend or sideways. There can be any pattern. Say suppose if I give you one, say if I use this space and I go for a different color. So say even this can also be a pattern. This can also be a pattern. We call it in the market, this is called a shoulder pattern. Like this, when we say you take your shoulder and make it up, like what should I do? Like you must have seen in the classroom. Yeah, I don't know, like emoji. So when you take up your shoulder and move it up, it gives you this pattern. We call it a shoulder pattern. If the same pattern is being done likewise, we will say inverted shoulder. Inverted shoulder. So most of the patterns are having different meanings in the market, especially when you are dealing with the product, their stocks and their trend, how it is going to get up. Say suppose if such a this one, the first one, say suppose if such a pattern comes into picture and you want to know what happens next, because the question is lying in what we are going to forecast, what is going to happen next. So when such a pattern is observed, usually the market is going to fall. Market is going to fall at least 10 to 20% from that place. And if such a pattern is found inverted shoulder, the market is going to high, going to go up. So these are certain patterns which I have only elaborated one of them. They are going to help us to take decision. And why I'm saying informed decision, because you or a stakeholder is going to make a decision, but if that is not informed, losses can happen. Yes or no? Losses can happen in that case. So in order to prevent the losses, in order to keep from the losses, we are more interested in doing the time series analysis. So this is the first one. Second is forecasting and planning. Anybody of you remember what were we means why were we doing the time series analysis as far as the budgeting is concerned? Say we want to plan a budget for a upcoming sales of a given product. So how does the time series analysis was going to help us in the previous past, which we just studied last week? Anybody? You may write your answers in chat box also. Please go ahead. Hope I must be clearly audible. My question should be clearly audible to you. Yes, guys. No answer? Hope you remember when we were discussing the budget. The budget,
In sales or
yes, in sales, Abdaj, in sales. Say suppose you have a product to be sold for the next week, and now you have to prepare your budget, and you thought of taking a time series analysis, and you have the time series data as well. So what first assessment will you do? What are you going to protect from? Say nobody knows what happens in the market tomorrow, like another migrant or another variant of coronavirus might come. There might be all of a sudden fall due to certain foreign investment withdraw their money. There might be a client is not signing the memorandum of understanding with your company. There can be any reason. There can be good reasons as well. So may I say, if you give a glance to the,
Demand, no.
okay, I'm writing it, Sanish. Demand. Okay, what shall we do with the demand? Suppose we have predicted the demand. Okay. We have forecasted. I must use the term forecast. I have forecasted the demand and I have prepared my inventory for the likewise. Okay. Say my demand is 50,000 products and I have made my inventory of around 55,000 products, 5,000 extra. Suppose this demand all of a sudden overnight can go either way. It can either go 100,000 or it may fall to 10,000 as well. So in for either of the situation, do you have any plan? Somebody answered in the chat. Forecasting based on past historical data. No, Zobin, I'm talking about if you see, you are doing the forecasting from past only, but when you already made a analysis, you forecasted the demand, good, great. So aren't you going to prepare for something uneven in the market that is unpredictable? Because that might happen. Or are you going to take that decision then and only itself? So what I mean to say is, when you prepare the budget for such a, see, this is a risk. This is a risk. If you are going 100,000 or you are going 10,000, both are risk. Here, your customer has to suffer, and here your may I say rent for the budget, sorry, rent for the inventory which you are bearing in the storehouse, that has to suffer. Either thing has to suffer. So you have to do the risk analysis. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
So this is what I'm talking about, Sanish and others. That sooner, okay, it is great that you are going for decision making. You had the data out of which you did the informed decision. But now when you are going to plan and forecast, see, forecasting is the demand side only. You forecasted the demand. Fine. As per the demand, as per the forecasted demand, you prepared the supply. But what did you plan for? What did you plan for? You plan for risk. That what happens if such a event occurred? Hope you are getting this.
Yeah, we can do risk assessment for future
Yeah.
control measures.
Yes. So it is very much required, and that is a very practical thing in real day-to-day life. And here, identifying the patterns and trend actually help us uncover those hidden things inside the data that definitely lead us to find the risk out of it. So in order to learn that, we are moving ahead. So here is our objectives, that there we describe the characteristics of a time series such as trend, seasonality, and the cycle. Uh, cycle means it's not this cycle which you already going for. Cycle means here, say suppose some uptrend was there, and for a given time it uptrend went into the fixed range. It again either say breaked it upside or downside, either way. So, and say either after breaking it, cycle repeats. Say suppose if I talk you about the gold commodity, gold, silver, copper, or any ornament for which the metals are being used, have you ever observed the cycles? In what time do you find them picking the acceleration or speed? Which time of your may I say of your year, in which month of the year you can find it? You can name it with the festivals as well. Please give me an answer. Have you understood my question?
January.
January. Good. So you say that in the January you have found gold?
Because New Year and
Yes, yes, go ahead. Go ahead. New Year and
uh,
marriage seasons.
marriage season, yes.
Yes. So we have a event as a New Year plus marriages. So due to these things,
And some
these
festival, September, October, like
yeah, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Actually, it start with November, mid-November, mid-November. Why? Say in India, especially in India and the associated countries, where when the moon shifts this position from the full moon, or it starts with the full moon, we call it as one of the Kartik Purnima here. So we call it Purnima in Hindi. So in the Purnima or full moon, this the seasons of marriages starts a very means with a very vows and house. So what happens? People do the aggressive buying because they have to buy. They don't have choice because they have to give it to their say son-in-law or their daughters and the associated relatives. So the buying of gold and silver happens aggressively by the people. So here I must write people buy aggressively. You can find in the market. So if that is happening, the prices are going up because they have to buy, they don't have choice. So the buying things are going up and up. So they are ready to buy at whatever price they are getting it because they don't have choice. And hence it picks up trend. It picks up trend in November, December, January, and February. And there is one more month, we call it August. There are certain rituals in southern part of the India where this particular metal, that is gold, is being used in a very voluminous way. Okay, so this is one thing. So you may find that yes, the cycles are there. So cycles indicates two things, that repetitiveness, repetitiveness, and this repetitiveness can be observed in the similar fashion in the upcoming years. So say suppose you are say there are certain things which is going like, okay, if you are going for say certain instruments for which moving averages or exponential moving averages are being kept as an instrument, so you can see that okay, at a certain level say 80 and the lower level is say 10 or 15. Okay, so it is actually moving between these two levels. So things are bound, when things are bound between two particular range, sometimes it may exceed as well, then consider it in cycles. So hence we say time series analysis is required when you describe the characteristics of a time series, such as it should contain trend, it should have a seasonality, and it should repeat itself over cycles. So why I have taken a commodity? Because you all can correlate with that. And the people who are very much aggressive or very much particular about only buying Apple products, you can see their cyclic behavior. Yes. Similarly, there is explanatory, identifying the factor that influence the behavior of time series. This is we are going to study next. And the predictive, what would be the future forecast value of a time series based on historical data and patterns. This is we are going to see hereby. So last time we had studied that yes, the overall direction of the time series, such as increasing, decreasing, or remains constant, says the trend. So we have uptrend, downtrend, and side trend or sideways. It is going nowhere. So these three trends are there. Seasonality says repeating the pattern that occur at a regular interval, such as weekly or monthly. Sometimes you may find, let me give you again example of crude oil. Suppose you have a crude oil. Crude oil is very much famous in your country as well, because that is the base of all the countries, of all such countries where the crude is being exported in a, no, I must say, yeah, exported, I must write, exported from the country. So even the Saudi Arabia hails for it, crude oil. So crude oil is having every inventory outcome, say inventory outcome on every Wednesday. Suppose every Wednesday you find the crude oil releasing its data on, say, there are few websites, either you call it a money control or more websites. I'll let you know. Right now I'm not into the trades, that's why I don't remember right now.
And in stock market, like it increase and decrease.
Abdauji, want to say something?
Yeah, like in stock market, it increase and decrease.
Yes. But there is certain website which gives inventory data that on Wednesday 8 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, the outcome or the results are open, and sooner the results are open, you can observe, say suppose you have predicted for inventory at a level of, say, 10 gallons, 10 million gallons of inventory was predicted before, suppose, but the result came up with 50 million gallons. Result came out, see, this is the real results, this is real results, these are expectations, expected results. So try to understand, your real results are greater than the expected results. Means you are having sufficient, more than sufficient inventory, more than sufficient crude oil, which is available. So should the price of the crude oil go up or down? Give me this answer. All of you, did you understood what questions did I ask? Muzammil, Selva, Ramejam, Shriram, Anuprasad, Shafiq.
This expected is 10 million gallon, but real is 50 million, then the price will be dropped.
Price will be dropped. So you agree, no, that Mr. Ramejiam, if I'm pronouncing you correct, so
Yes.
it should drop. Why? Because we are having lot of thing, means lot of crude oil. So whenever we are in bulk, whenever we are having in bulk, the price decreases. Yes or no? Yes, price decreases. But when we are in scarcity, the price increases. Say now, if somebody says from tomorrow onwards, all of you, means the crude oil will be from, say right now it is being sold upon, if it is hardly a value of 110 rupees per liter. So from tomorrow onwards, it's going to be half which is available. So don't you think its price is going to shoot up to 200, 300, 500 somewhere as well? Because it is in scarcity. So everybody would like to take the advantage sooner. And people who are doing the business out of it shall, say, sell it on the higher prices. So that is what I'm trying to say here. Somebody messaged also, let me see their chat message. Price drawn, Stalin also said price will drop. Okay, great. Shafiq, obviously it will drop due to low demand. uh no, Shafiq, you said low demand. Demand is not low, supply is low. Shafiq, if you are here.
Yes, yeah. You mean to say right?
Yeah, because supply is less,
It's
so
correct.
people will buy it on a higher price as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, great. So what did I say as a regular interval which I was saying, such as weekly, monthly? So it says suppose on 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, uh, crude oil indicated 50 million gallon of crude oil is available within the market, and people expected 10 million before. So the price is going to drop drastically. So from that place, say suppose this is the candle of the crude oil, so the next candle is going to be a bearish candle. It is going to create a low because higher availability is there. It is kept in bulk. No one is bothering about, so people are selling it. So it's going to be bought at a lower price sometimes after the result is out, and sooner things go well. Or say suppose at this moment of time, if I clean everything, suppose at this moment of time this is 8 p.m. ist Wednesday, this thing Wednesday, the result came as 50 million gallon. So say crude oil was trending at this value, but now soon after the result came out, it started trending at a gap down. It gapped down, and then it kept on sold for that night, say till 12 a.m. in the morning. It is being sold, and then from the next day it got up because people bought sold sufficiently here, and now they are buying because they know it has to go up. So hope the thing has been understood, the meaning of a uh, weekly cycle. So this will happen every week, mind it. This particular scenario will happen every week whenever the real answer is greater than that of the expected. But if say suppose if the reality would have went from 10 gallon to 0.5 gallon, then this graph would have become inverted. Yes or no? Then this graph would have inverted. This is the meaning of seasonality, and it can happen weekly or monthly. So say suppose you are getting results, you are getting dividends, you are having say quarter profits or quarter results. So that is considered as a seasonality. And you can find them on moneycontrol.com. This is a website available throughout the globe. Finally, we have random noise, unpredictable fluctuation that cannot be explained by either trend or seasonality. Random noise means say suppose all of a sudden somebody attacked a country where a lot of crude oil is supposed to be there. Say suppose somebody attacked the Iran. There was a plane attack on Iran, and even for last 7-8 years back this information came. So all of a sudden their inventory base got crashed. It got crashed, and all the majority of the crude oil which was available got say deteriorated, or it got crushed, suppose. So don't you think that this action of terror or attack, isn't it a random? Do you consider it as a random, irregular, or do you consider it as a seasonality? Attacking, what do you
Irregular.
consider it?
Irregular.
Yeah, irregular, very good. So if it is irregular, so that might happen anytime. So you may feel like something was following this pattern, and now due to this certain irregular thing, it went up or it went down. Anything can happen. So do not consider that to be irrelevant. It is also included in the one of the components of time series data, because these are unpredictable fluctuations which actually represent something happened in the past on that day. So you can see the chart of a company, and if you find certain irregularity, which is actually irregular from the usual pattern of a company, you can ask what happened this day. Is it an election day? Some attack happened, some bad news came, some unfortunate event occurred. Okay, you can ask questions out of the things. Hope I make sense how to read the things. Great. So these are the things which we are required to understand with the technical thing. Somebody messaged. Okay, thank you, Silva. So these are the things which we are required to understand with the help of technicality. So let me use, see, we are required to study ARIMA model. ARIMA model. Okay. ARIMA is a model which actually helps in, say, forecasting, which actually helps in forecasting time series data. Time series data. And what does this mean? AR in the ARIMA stands for auto regression. Auto regression. Okay. MA, will anybody like to give answer to MA? You have already learned it. You studied it as well. What is MA? Put a stress on your brain. What is MA? We studied last time, again previous to last time.
Moving.
Aage? Moving what?
Moving average.
Moving average.
Yes, moving average. Great, good. Moving average. So we already learned the moving average, that yes, what is the moving average? And I'm not going to elaborate it again because we already taken 2, 3, 4 classes on the moving average, going exponentially moving average, taking the weighted moving average, and then finding the graph associated with the all the calculated errors. And we also did the Microsoft Excel technique analysis using that. Hope you all have repeated the same. So we did MA, moving average, and auto regression, and I standing for integrated. So we'll see one by one all of them, whereby this auto regression is very much important before understanding the stationarity and non-stationarity of the data. So when we say auto, the brain takes the image of the auto rickshaw, which we used to hail from, which we used to, I won't say hail from, which we used to use to commute between our one premise to another premise. So that is not this auto. This auto means self. In machine learning, in data science, in uh, programming, auto means self. Okay. And regression, would anybody love to give the answer for regression? I have given you so many times the meaning of regression from our past classes as well. Anybody? Nobody? By this time, you could have done the chat GPT as well. Okay, regression means the relationship. Relationship. So, relationship with self. This is the meaning of auto regression. Relationship with self. So why I'm saying so? Let me use a different color to demonstrate that. Say suppose, hope you remember when we did linear regression. Linear regression in machine learning. So this linear regression said that we were having a linear equation and it was showing the relationship as y equals to mx plus b. Yes or no? Do you remember this equation? Linear equation. What does the y, x, m and b represent? Anyone? Yes, Abdauji, Sanesh, Shafiq, Muzammil, Zobin. Even Betsy can answer. Vishnu
M
Prasad.
variable.
Yeah. No.
X.
M is not a variable. M is not a variable here. Sanesh, have a look. If I uh, do this, have a look. M, X and B. We usually deal in X and Y. X and Y. But here M is coefficient to X and B is alone. Here B is alone. So if you see, this X is an independent variable. Do you remember when we did the uh, house price prediction? House price prediction. In that house price prediction, we were having the features like square foots or the area of the house, features like number of rooms, features like locality, features like the proximity, what is there beside the locality, or features like what is the number of rooms we have seen. Okay, number of washroom, toilets, how many toilets are there, although it's irrelevant, but still people are right now more intuitive towards toilet. Okay, there are 3 members in home, we need 3 toilets. So it means what are the factors which are deciding that what should be the price of the house. So X means independent variable, which is not depending on anything else, whereby the Y indicates dependent variable. Dependent variable. So if I ask you that what would be the price of the house in your locality, won't you see how big the house is? How many rooms are available? In which locality the house is? Whether there are any facilities in the locality or no? Yes or no? Won't you go for these things before purchasing the house, or you simply put your money? What shall you do?
No, we need to check first.
It means we are doing the linear regression. Means we are developing the linear relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. And here the dependent variable is price of the house. So similarly, this M and this B are called slope, if you remember. This M is called slope and this B is called intercept. Intercept. So this particular slope was being represented when we studied it like y equals to beta 1 x 1 plus beta naught. Hope you remember this equation. So this beta naught was saying that on this xy plane, say suppose this is the value of beta naught, means this is the intercept, y intercept, and this value means del y by del x was the slope. This is beta 1. This is beta 1. Hope you understood. The slope, the rate of change of y when the x changes, and beta naught says what is the starting value of y. Like the price of the house starts from, say, if I talk in lakhs, say it starts with 50 lakhs, minimum 50 lakh is the price, and from 50 lakh onward the price increases. So what is the value of beta naught there? Will you be able to identify? The beta naught is the intercept, y intercept, when x is 0, when there is no locality, when there is nothing inside the thing, when it's just a bare land, the price is starting from 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs. And rest of the things are being added after the 50 lakhs is addressed. So this is how we convert the real world understanding in the mathematical aspect. So hereby we are going to learn ARIMA, although more detail in our next class, but right today I'll give you a hint that how the ARIMA is going to help us out. Say if I clean this, or do I have, no, I have to clean this as well. Okay, so here we shall be learning auto regression in the form like y equals to here mx plus b. Apart from this, because this was showing the relationship between the dependent versus independent, but now we will be using, as the data is time dependent, so we will be calling t plus 1 is equals to same slope time. Now we are saying auto regression means relationship with self. So what is self? The previous value at point t. So the previous value at point t would be y of t plus b. Is this point understood? What did I write here? And what's the difference between the two? Both are regression. Both are relationship between independent and dependent variable. But this is a regression between two variables. Two variables. And what about this? This is a regression with self. Is this point understood? What is the meaning of auto regression? Guys, yes or no?
Sir, can you repeat one more time?
See, Sanesh, what did I say? Is this understood? No? This is the relationship between two variables, x and y.
Okay, okay.
But here I have replaced this x by y of t. What is this y of t? This is the previous value of y, previous value of the same y at time t, because now I'm calculating the value of y at t plus 1. Say suppose I have taken a time period of 1 week. So I am calculating my demand, okay, my demand on next week, but I am using the data for my previous week. So what is that previous week data? Y of t. Understood? So
Okay, okay.
I have kept both the variable as the same variable, but in different time. So this is a variable at a previous time, and this is the variable of, say,
Previous
next
value.
previous value. This is the value, this is the variable of a next time. So you want to go for next week prediction, next week forecasting, you use yt plus 1, and this y of t means this week value. So you are going to use this week value to forecast next week value. Am I able to get it through? Hence we call relationship with self, like my relationship with my past, like what you are today. Like, okay, try to understand it likewise. We as a human always dwell between our thoughts. We are worried about future and we think about past. This is what most of us are doing in life.
Yes, yes.
So what are we doing? We are doing an auto regression. We are correlating that I was this in my past or last year and what I want to become in my future. So what are you taking? You have done something in past and now you are trying to change your habits. It can be a food habit, it can be a sleeping habits, it can be a, say, discipline habits. Means you are becoming more disciplined in order to become something you have thought in your future. So you are trying to create, or you are trying to create your future considering you did something in past. If you had not done something in past, whom would you compare? So this is what people are doing. People are thinking about their past, which they cannot change, and they are worried about their future, which they want to change, and they are disrupting their, or they are destroying their present, which they should change, or which they should enjoy living. Yeah, somebody chatted. Yeah, understood. Thank you, Selva. So this is what we all are trying to do. So if you take yt plus 1 of myt plus b, similarly, if you want to calculate, say, what is this? 1 second. Say, suppose if you want to calculate y of t, you can go for m of yt minus 1 plus b. This is also you can do. So such a thing where we do the regression between the same variable, or within the same variable. I won't say between, because between is the affair of two things. So I'll say within the same variable, we'll call it auto regression. So this is an auto regression which we shall be seeking today. And moving average we have already seen. There is one more thing which you can consider it as, like, if I write y of t is equals to, say, if I am writing c1 as the coefficient 1 of y of t minus 1 plus c of 2, and I am writing y of t equals to c1 y of t minus 1 plus, now I'm writing c of 2 y of t minus 2, let me make it down, plus c of 3. So see what I have done here. Only see this. Here I have done, I can read it as auto regression of order 1. This is the first order auto regression. Why first order? Because only one time lag is being used. But here, how many time lags are being used? T minus 1 and T minus 2. So here, two time lags are used. So this will be pronounced as auto regression of order 2. Hope the nomenclature is clear. And these C2 and C3, these terms, as they are constant, we will call them error. So they are called the error term. Like, they are representing the irregularity, like at what time it started, because they are the constant term, and hence we represent them with the error. And where there is an error, there is a scope of improvement. So this is how we will keep on learning our time series analysis. We have started today auto regression. We shall move to the auto regression plus moving average, considering all the errors, and we will integrate it. So in our next class, we shall be continuing the same series with the stationarity and non-stationarity of the data. Okay. So right now I'm stopping my share. Okay. So any doubt today? Only few of you could participate. Betsy, have you understood things? If you are here, yeah, Silvaraj, now your video is very much clear. Okay, thank you, Betsy. Yeah, Silvaraj, if you want to say something, you may unmute. You can unmute. You are you are on mute, Silva. You are speaking from very far. Silva, you are speaking from very far. Nothing is heard. Now your video is working, your audio is not working. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Actually, here we are observing cold. No, actually, I have transferred from, usually for the last 1 year I was in Hyderabad. Now I'm in my hometown Uttarakhand. So right now I'm feeling a shift of change in the weather. That's why I'm taking care, because I have to do a lot of stuffs with the students, and I can't afford to be on the bed. That's why. So thank you for asking. Okay, guys, please come to your camera. We can have your beautiful pictures now. Yeah, Abdauji looking good, looking shaved. Good, congratulations. Now you are looking quite fair. Very good. Keep on doing that. Sanish, have a
Yes.
shave if possible to you. Okay, great. Going it. Okay, come to your thumbs up. Okay, Muzammil, all well? Okay, thank you guys. All the very
Okay,
best.
sir. Thank you.
We shall meet with the same topic but in a different taste. For the next class, we will be doing stationary and non-stationarity in the time series data. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Chalo.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Enjoy the life.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.